Now to that horrific home invasion murder case in Connecticut. After deliberating for 4 long days, a jury voted unanimously yesterday to send 47-year-old Stephen Hayes to death row. CBS News national correspondent Jeff Glor is in New Haven this morning with the latest. Jeff, good morning.
Maggie, good morning to you. This was a case, as you know from the beginning, that stunned and appalled people, even if they only heard about it once. Jurors had to hear 2 months of gruesome testimony, and the sole survivor still lives with it this morning.
I was really crying for loss.
It's been 39 months since Dr. William Petit's family, his wife and 2 daughters, were taken from him in perhaps the most savage way imaginable.
Michaela was an 11-year-old little girl, tortured and killed in her home bedroom, surrounded by stuffed animals.
But after watching a jury recommend death for Stephen Hayes, it was clear the pain has barely receded.
I don't think there's ever closure. I think whoever came up with that concept's an imbecile. And I think many of you know it who've lost a parent or a child or a friend. There's never closure, there's a hole.
Petit had to stop at times, talking about Michaela, his daughter Haley, 17, and his wife Jennifer, all murdered after Hayes and Joshua Komisarjevsky broke into the Petit home in July 2007, tying up the daughters, sexually assaulting Michaela, raping and strangling Jennifer, before dousing all 3 with gasoline and setting the house on fire.
I didn't want to be here and listen to the things that were being said in the courtroom. There was 1,000 times I wanted to jump up and scream out.
Defense lawyers tried to portray Hayes as a small-time career criminal who got caught up in the extreme emotion of events. And the jury did not act quickly, deliberating 17 hours over 4 days before deciding on death. One juror cried as the verdict came down. The judge said they saw and heard things no human should ever have to.
It was written on each and every juror's face that this was something that was really wearing on them, and especially given the fact that they had to be unanimous.
Hayes' lawyers said their client was actually thrilled and happy with the decision.
He can't kill himself. He's tried. The jury gave him what he wants.
As for the Petits, they said their push for an execution was never about revenge, just justice.
There are just some people who do not deserve to live.
Hayes will be formally sentenced on December 2nd, but because of the automatic appeals process in Connecticut, it will likely be years before he's executed, if he is at all. As for his co-defendants, opening arguments in Joshua Komisarjevsky's case won't begin until next September. One of the points that William Petit was making yesterday, he says that capital criminal cases in too many states take far too long.